Welcome to this first of many Supernatural reviews. Today I'm going to review episode 17 of season 14. Sorry, I gotta look at my notes. This is Game Night. We're gonna talk about it. What the fuck happened at the end? Wow is all I'm gonna say. Just wow.
RenderForest.com.
Welcome, Yo Bro Nation, to the Yo Bro Podcast Network. This is your Supernatural season 14, episode 17 review for Game Night. I am Zach. Welcome to the podcast, the Supernatural review. Sorry this is also late. I was supposed to do this last night, but last night was a little chaotic. Didn't get to really get to it. But I'm here anyways. I'm still doing it. How y'all doing? Things will slowly trickle into the channel. Of course, like I said, I am Zach. What an episode. Let's just like, no joke. Let's just get into that shit. Wow. It is, honest to God, that's all I think I can say is just wow. Just wow. That ending was kind of crazy. I think if you really think about it. What did Jack do to Mary? What happened to Mary? They gave you no indication in the preview for next week what Jack did to Mary. FYI, if you're tuning into this, spoiler alert. There will be spoilers in this show. I am talking full spoilers. Full spoilers. So you guys have been warned. Spoilers are up. You guys can watch. It's all up to you at your own discrepancy. So, but yeah, what did he do to Mary? We'll get to that. My theory, I guess, at the end, if you guys want to call it a theory. Watched it earlier this morning. When I decided I'm just gonna jump in here and I'm gonna obviously review this. So, oh man. It was an episode for sure. I am still I'm like 30 minutes past the time that the episode ended, and I'm still at a loss for words. I still don't know what the fuck happened. This was an interesting episode, though. This was a pretty interesting episode. It was just crazy, man. Just crazy. But yeah, season 14, man. Season 14. Real quick, before I get into that, I just want to give my thoughts. Season 15 is going to be the last season. It's only going to be 20 episodes. It sucks. It sucks. I just wanted to get this out here, alright? This sucks because I am a huge Supernatural fan. And the fact that the show is going to end next year, it does. It sucks. But I can also understand. These guys need a break. These guys need to go see their families more often. Need maybe a chance to venture out into other things. So I get it. I can understand on it, in all honesty. So it still doesn't change the fact that I think it sucks. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. I guess my sister, I found out we were sitting at Denny's. I was sitting with my sister and her boyfriend, and she started to cry. And that was kind of funny. And I'm just like, well, everything ends eventually. But the longer that I've gone, the more that I've sat and I've thought about it, the more that I've realized, fuck, it's actually ending. And then the thoughts of how's it going to end start creeping into my brain. What are they going to do to write these guys off and to finish out the show? You know, what's going to happen to Cass? What's going to happen with Jack? What's going to happen to Mary? And something may happen to Mary a lot sooner than we anticipated, because fuck that ending tonight. But yeah, season 15 is the last. I'm okay with it. It's like, you know, it sucks, but there's nothing really I can do about it but just kind of bite the bullet and just be happy for these guys and be thankful for the, you know, the show, and be thankful that I got it. I was actually watching another person, her name's PierceTheOvaries, and I was watching her channel, and I'm actually going to put a link to her channel in the description. It's only going to be in these videos for Supernatural, because she covers Supernatural and she does it really well. And so I want to make sure that people go check her out. But I was watching her video where she was talking about it, and I made a comment like, you know, yeah, it sucks, you know, feel really bad about it. And then some dudes, you know, went on there and, y'all look like you're some soldiers recovering from war, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, actually, dude, I am. And this is what helps me with my PTSD. It does keep me relaxed, does calm me down. Oh, well, thanks for your service. Fuck you, dude. You know, I guess some people don't understand, you know, you can't, 15 years this show is going to be hitting. 15 years. That's a long-ass time for someone to be watching, and people are going to get attached. You know, you do start to feel like these characters are someone that you're relatable to. So, for the people who are out there who want to hate like that, don't hate. Don't hate on people just because they feel a certain way about a TV show. Don't do that. That's not fair to those people. You don't know their story and why this show helps them. I don't know how many times I've watched a YouTube video and people have messaged these guys and said, you know, you've helped me get through such and such. Okay, for some people, this stuff is real. For some people, this is what, you know, really helps them. So if you come across someone who's really dealing with things, don't hate on them. Support them. Be like, hey, you know, that sucks. I hate that your show's ending, but, you know, maybe you should try this, or maybe you should watch that. Try something like that. Don't hate on people just because you don't see it the way that they see it. We don't need more hate in the world. We need people to actually start changing. We need people to actually start doing things differently. And, you know, be kinder to each other. Help each other out. Help people, you know, cope. Do stuff like that. Help out your brothers and your sisters. We're all in this together. We're all heading towards the same goals. We're all trying to be successful. And we're all just trying to find our own ways to get there. So, if it's not hurting you, why? Why hate on it? Who are you hurting? Who are you hurting? Who are you hurting? Are you being hurt? I don't think that you are. So, just be nice to each other, man. Show each other some love. That's all I'm saying. Echo! Just be nice. Can you guys just be nice to each other? Would that be so bad? I don't know. If you hear a weird sound in the background, I apologize. I'm trying to figure it out, trying to guess it. But we're going to move on. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get into this. I think I've rambled on long enough. So we're going to talk about it. Yeah, episode 17. This is fucking game night, all right? This is game night. Wow, it's not the same. It's weird. Yep, that didn't save it all like it was supposed to. Oh well. I'll change it before I upload it. But yeah, game night, episode 17. First of all, we're into those final 3 episodes. My first overall thoughts is, again, before I'm going to give you guys 3 seconds to get off so you can go back and you can come back and watch this. Alright, because I'm giving you spoilers. 3, 2, One, and I'm giving you the middle finger if you're still here, but be warned, this is spoilers. Jack's soul is gone. There is no soul. We've been debating that, since the break. Does Jack still have his soul? You thought he did, the way that he cared about that girl, but maybe he's just doing what Sam did and playing the part. Well, this is what Sam and Dean would do, so I suppose I should do that too. He's basing everything he's going to do now off of Sam and Dean. The Jack that we know is gone. I'm convinced of that now. I think I don't know. The way that it ended with what he did to Mary, whatever he did to Mary, and his, Mary, is weird because you don't know what he did. We don't know what happened. And it's just weird. I'm convinced either Mary is severely hurt or he did something and she vanished into thin air. He did something to Mary. Whatever that is up to debate. Perhaps he sent her into an else world and didn't realize he did it. He's able to open that stuff, but the conscious part of Jack is gone. It's okay, go back to season 6. Sam was no longer Sam. This was a different guy who remembered Sam and remembered what Sam was like, but he wasn't really Sam. So it's kind of the same scenario with Jack in the fact that he remembers how he's supposed to act. He's reacting the way he's supposed to, but he's not really Jack anymore. And, that's kind of weird. It's hard to describe. It's mind-boggling. Okay, well, does it... Everyone has said, he's not got his soul. We know his soul has vanished. Cass knows his soul is gone. Cass has not told them yet. Instead, he wanted to find God. I was hoping we'd get God, at the very last second. Just okay, yeah, I'm here. I'll do what I can to help you guys out. Don't worry, I've got you. Sadly, though, we didn't get it. Sadly, no Chuck. No Chuck in this episode. Maybe he still shows up last second to save Jack, to restore his soul. I mean, he's got the ability to make souls. So maybe he gives Jack a soul. I mean, it's a possibility. We'll just have to wait. We'll have to see what happens. It's a wait. It's a wait, and that kind of sucks. But happy Friday, by the way. It's Friday, everyone. So this was a good episode, though. You got Cass meeting up with Sister Joe, the angel, trying to find God, looking for Joshua to try to communicate with him, and the guy saying, "No, there's something here. You guys are free to look for it." That he left, and once you find it, you'll know it, and you guys will be able to try to use it to communicate with God, which turned out to actually be Dean's necklace that he used to wear. Is Cass going to give him the necklace? That'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see Dean wear that necklace the last season, the rest of the episode, the show. He dumped it when he lost faith. You'd think he wants it back. So, I think the guy's name was Methuselah, I think was his name. Methuselah is the guy who was hiding Joshua, because he, had a mean lasagna, as he put. But the episode starts with Donatello singing Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. If that's not creepy, because Donatello, who is soulless, by the way, it's just weird that, he's soulless, singing that, making cookies. It's just weird. But turns out he gets, injected with something, tied up, and injected with what we think is poison. We see Dean playing Mousetrap. Mary is trying to talk to Jack as they're getting snacks ready. They're going to have a game night, taking a night off. And then Dean gets the phone call, and he hears Donatello talking in languages. Turns out to be Old Hebrew, asking for help. So then you find Cass talking to Sister Joe, saying he wants her help to find God. And she says, well, Joshua was able to talk to him after the fall, but no one knows where Joshua's at. He's hiding. But she knows a guy who was there when it happened, so they're going to go try to track him down. Sam says that it's old language in Hebrew, and he's like, well, I'll come. He's like, no, you stay. I'll I'll take care of this. He's got Mama Winchester. Mary's with him. So they're going to go find Donatello. They get to the house, and Nick is there. Nick is there. We find out Nick is the one who took him. So he's tied up Nick. He's asking him what happened. And he says, well, I just wanted to get your attention. He's like, but I injected him with this poison. And he explains what it is. He says, but he's got about 24 hours before his organs shut down. And Dean's like, well, how do I believe you? He's like, well, check out this live stream. So Dean's watching. Dean gets mad. Mary, though, this whole episode kept acting weird. You know, talking to them, I'm really proud of you. Oh, you know, I'm so thankful for the time that we've had. Just acting weird. But, so you see Methuselah talking to them, says he doesn't know where Joshua is, that he's not his friend, that he only kept him there because he made a really good lasagna. And you find out through the course of the interactions between Cass and Joe that, you know, she was, you know, all about heaven, all about the mission. But then she gets to Earth, sees the type of people that, you know, Earth is, how there's these bad people who kill each other, and how God doesn't get involved. He doesn't I forgot the word that she used, but he doesn't get involved. And she's like, but why? So she's upset with God for not meddling. That was it. He doesn't meddle. And Cass is like, you know, so that's why you're doing, miracles. I thought you were just, making miracles for money. So she's actually meddling, trying to actually help. So you see that she's actually a pretty good person. So Dean's beating up Nick. Nick is, oh, come on, Dean. We're like brothers, You with Michael, me with Lucifer. We're like the same thing, You're never really the same afterwards. He says, all I want to do is see my son. So Dean goes out. He's talking to him. And he's like, son? And he's talking about Jack. And it's like, well, we know Jack's not his son. But he just wants to see him. And Sam's like, look, maybe we got no choice. We're running out of time. We got to find Donatello. Jack should go in there. So Jack goes in, and he's talking to Nick, and he's like, where's Donatello? He's like, look at you, coming in here all big and stronger. He's like, your dad loved you, right? He's like, my dad was evil. He's like, no, but your dad loved you. He's like, I was in him. I felt it. He says, but you broke his heart. He says, well, at least the old you. And this is when we get the reveal. Jack doesn't have a soul. Now, how he knew this and how Lucifer knows it. Oh, yeah, that's right. He says, Donatello told me the whole thing. He squirmed. He told me that you don't have one. And he's like, but he didn't like the old use of it. Now you don't have a soul. And Jack, freaks out, gets mad, headbutts him, busting his nose, getting blood on his shirt. And we don't know at this time, and he heals himself. No big deal. But then Jack says, look, he'll tell us where he is. So we go back to Joe, Sister Joe and Cass, and, she tells him, look, I know you're afraid to tell Sam and Dean. This is the true reason you're here is because Jack doesn't have a soul, and you're just afraid to tell them. We see Nick in the back trying to make awkward talk about Jack. Cass finds Dean's necklace, and then they try calling out God, but he never comes. I mean, this is all really, this is a really good episode. They finally arrive at this building, Sam, Dean, and Nick, and, Sam's supposed to stay in the car, which you already know, okay, well, something's bad. Dean's like, I'll go in, he stays here, he's going to keep an eye on you. If something happens to him, I'm going to kill you. If something happens to Donatello, I'm going to kill you. So, we didn't get any answers from Chuck. Yeah, so Joe's all like, I wanted to give him a piece of my mind. And Cass is like, well, I'm going to go home, tell Sam and Dean. It's like, just remember, though, we have each other. Things aren't that bad. So Jack discovers that what we thought was poison is actually angelic grace. So they realize, well, Donatello must have been injected with that. So Mary calls Sam, and Sam immediately is like, Nick, get out of the car. Meanwhile, Nick's picking the locks. He reveals his whole plan that, if you put angelic grace into a prophet, you boost the signal and you can manipulate it and you can talk. So he used that to get a hold of Lucifer, and Lucifer told him how to get him out of the empty. And that it was actually the demons who helped him. It was the demons who helped him get the grace. And you're like, oh, well, fuck. shit, it's all making sense. And he reveals how it was the blood of a Nephilim, I suppose, that he needs, which happens to be Jack. So he gets his blood, obviously, when he gets headbutt. So now demons are attacking Dean. Seam tries to kill Nick, but hesitates. Nick counters. Nick ends up, he bashes Sam's head in. Sam is just messed up. You get the Battle of the Vessels. So, Sam, like I said, Sam's messed up. Nick has gotten away. He's left. Dean's called an ambulance, but it says maybe 20 minutes and he's bad. Sam's about on the verge of death from brain trauma. Again, another Winchester's dying. And Nick goes to this place. He sets up a salt circle. He starts the ritual. All of a sudden, Jack can feel it. He's like, my blood's boiling. He got my blood. And he realizes what's going on with the ritual. Because, Dean explained it to him. And I guess Sam somehow managed to tell him, even though Sam was fucking half dead at this point. So Jack says, look, I could stop him, but I know where he's at. He's like, but I have to use my powers. And Mary immediately was like, do it. Because she knows Lucifer back out is a bad deal. So, you see Lucifer, you see the empty open up. And Lucifer, his grace is shaped, but it's got the empty still attached to him. So he's coming out, and you can see Nick's like, I'm ready. Take me, I'm yours. Let's do this. And then Jack just shows up and pushes him back in and shuts the empty. So spell over. Then proceeds to break Nick's fingers in most awkward places. And then starts to burn him alive. All the while, Mary's like, stop, Jack. Jack, stop. And finally he stops. He says, I had no choice. I had to do it. And she's just like, Sam's hurt. Go help Sam. So he shows up to Sam, heals Sam. We see Mary standing outside. You can tell she's just freaked out. Jack shows back up. And she's looking at Jack, with hesitance. And she's like, you're messed up. Something's wrong with you. It's not your fault. She tries to explain to him, look, she knows now, you don't have a soul. And she's trying to say, look, we're family, we'll help you. He's like, you gonna tell Sam and Dean? She's like, we're here to help you. We're family. That's what we're here for. And he gets mad and he starts hearing this ringing in his head. Something's wrong with Jack. It's different than when Sam was soulless. He's an angel. He's, hearing, I don't know if it's angel signal or what it is, but he's freaking out. And he just lifts up with his eyes glowing, and the screen goes to black, and you just hear, Mary? Mary? And that's it. Now we see the teaser for the next episode. Sam and Dean finally figure out something's not right. They show up. Jack's just laying on the ground. And they're like, Cass, you knew something was wrong with him. You didn't tell us. You failed us. And of course, there's going to be drama between Cass, Sam, and Dean. So, because something happened to Mary. We know that just from that promo. Something's happened to Mary. We don't know what that is yet. I don't think they're going to find her dead, though. I don't think they're going to find her dead. I think they're actually going to end up finding her not there at all, and Jack not knowing what's going on, and then the reveal later, okay, well, this is what's actually going on with Jack. And then they're going to be like, well, something's wrong with him. You didn't tell us. Something is going to happen. We know, I think Mary's not going to be on the show no more. Actually, I'm starting to think we're not going to see Mary. At least the remainder of this season. Maybe not till next year. If she's not dead. I don't know if she will be. But the episode, like I said, was awesome. I liked the stuff between Sister Joe and Cass. Finding the necklace, trying to find God, and realizing he can't do it. And Cass just kind of coming to a revelation like, look, we don't need God. We got each other. We'll figure this out. But they're only one of a handful of angels that are left. So, Jack's soul is gone. Ain't nothing we can do about it. What are we going to do? Ain't nothing we can do. We're just kind of screwed on the whole deal. So, the next episode is next week. Don't know what exactly they're going to do to figure this out. I'm hoping that everything kind of just works out. But I have a feeling Mary's gone. Now Cass is going to have to deal with knowing that he fucked up and probably cost Mary her life. So Cass is never going to be completely happy. Therefore, at least till the end of next year, he's not going to the empty. I think Cass goes to the empty next year. For those who are thinking, Cass ain't leaving this year. He'll be back in the empty next year because things will finally be peaceful. He'll finally realize the boys are good. Do we see Jack leave the show? Is that where we're going? To Jack disappearing and no longer being a part of the show? It's definitely a possibility. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's my question, is what do you guys think? Do you think this is going to be the end of Jack, or do you think we're going to get more Jack? What do you think happened to Mary? You guys let me know down in the comments below. But that was the review. It was a good episode. It was a fantastic episode. I loved what they did in the show, as I explained at the beginning. It's just, gosh, the boys are going to again be hit with a gut punch. Whether their mom's gone or they find her dead, I don't know. But the boys are about to be hit with a gut punch. But that's going to do it for me, you guys. I want to thank everyone who came through and watched. Remember to subscribe to the channel here on the Yo Bro Podcast Network. You guys can also go to our Patreon at patreon.com/YoBroNation. Yo Bro Nation. You guys can also go to Yo Bro Nation 1, which is our TeePublic store. You guys can get our t-shirts. Man, what an episode. And I don't know how it's going to go out next week. This is my first review, so you guys got to, give me a minute. I'll get better at this way. Thank you guys for stopping by. Remember, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. You guys can go. You can check it out. Links are down in the description. Go check out PierceTheOvaries on YouTube. She does this stuff way better than me, so go check her out. You guys might have a good listen. That's going to do it for me, and I will talk to you mother effers later. Peace out.